So earth tremors continue to rock the Congolese city of Goma, unnerving the residents still reeling from a volcanic eruption at the weekend that tore through the nearby villages, of course, displacing thousands and killing at least 15 people. Chaos descended on Goma on Saturday evening when Mount Nyiragongo, one of the world's most active and dangerous volcanoes, it erupted, sending a smouldering wall of lava just about half a mile wide downhill towards the city of two people. As the lava flow stopped a few hundred meters short of the city limits, but destroyed 17 villages on the way. It blocked main route to town and cut the main electricity supply as well. Shops briefly reopened in Goma on Monday, but many closed again as the tremors grew more severe, and residents worried that these could trigger another eruption. Volcano experts say the earthquakes were caused by tectonic plates realigning after the eruption, and that the risk of a second eruption was small. But authorities in Goma have urged for caution. The army has also asked parents to keep their children home from school.
The government has mobilized all the assistance for people who are fleeing the area. There have been we lost a few lives, about 15 of them, because people were fleeing and sleeping in the very dangerous places. Those who died, there were no direct consequence of the volcano because they were fleeing and going to the mountains. This is a phenomenon that happens, it occurs almost every 20 years. These volcanoes are active, and from time to time there is eruption. And the lava, the very hot lava, comes to the city and destroys. Last time it happened, it destroyed, the lava went through the runway of the airport in Goma. We had to build a new runway. This time, the damage is limited to just that area where the volcano is, but the people are fleeing because they know the consequences. So as they're fleeing, sometimes there are accidents and so forth. So we lost 15 lives. Some have crossed to Rwanda, and some are still in the Congo. But the President Tshisekedi, was in Europe, cut short his visit to come back and go and see what the government can do to assist those that need assistance. Yeah.
And that's the DRC's ambassador to South Africa, Bene Mpoko. For the latest now, we speak to my colleague who's out in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Chris Ocamringa. So, Chris, what is the latest following those tremors that have been reported? Has there been any more activity?
Well, the latest we have heard is that the government in Kinshasa has sent a delegation of officials led by the health minister, Jean-Jacques Mungani, to assess the extent of the damage and also start the process of assisting the people with humanitarian aid, the people who lost their loved ones or whose houses were damaged. We heard that there were more than 5,000 people who fled to neighboring Rwanda. Some of them have been returning to try and find their missing ones. We've also got information from UNICEF that 170 children are missing. And so the organization has set up a transit center to try and support the children who have been separated from their parents. We saw images of some of the homes that were totally devastated by the lava that flowed through the outskirts of Goma, and many people are still counting their losses. They are calling on to the government, to support them. Like the ambassador mentioned there, the president has said they will do everything possible to assist the people who have been affected by this disaster.
Well, so Chris, you mentioned what UNICEF has said. I believe it has reported that there were 5 people who died as a direct result of the eruption. Have these figures grown?
Well, there are reports from the people in Goma. They're saying the figures are likely to be much higher, but from the official reports we have got from the Minister of Communication, it's 15. But many people in Goma believe that the figure could be higher. Some of the people, what we heard from the Minister of Communication yesterday was that 2 people died directly from the lava, and then there were 4 others who were prisoners who were trying to escape from Muzenze prison when the chaos happened. People were fleeing to other areas and they were shot dead by the prison warders. And 9 others were killed as they were trying to also scramble to go to other parts of Goma, other parts of the surrounding areas that were safer. These people died in an accident, and so we're waiting to hear from the delegation that has arrived in Goma today about the latest update, because they're still gathering information from some areas that are a bit far from where the initial report was got from.
Some chilling pictures that we're seeing there, obviously spectacular from a natural disaster point of view, but we're also hearing reports that the sickly and the elderly were some of those that were abandoned during that hell chaos. Can you confirm these reports? Have they reached you as well?
Well, we have been getting reports, especially on social media. We haven't been able to confirm it because the government has been a bit slow getting information from Goma. The international airport has been shut down temporarily because they fear that, there have been tremors going on. And so there are people, the elderly, the children. We've seen images of a mother and her baby, a very young baby, who were burnt beyond recognition by the lava. And so the devastation is quite wide. We just don't know for now how many people exactly have been affected by this, but we will know in due course.
All right, just very quickly, as you mentioned, government sending a delegation there. What happens to those people who've been displaced? Some, you say, are trying to come back from neighboring countries, but have there been makeshift shelters that have been built for them? Where are they sleeping? Are they being accommodated somewhere?
Well, the government is working with international humanitarian agencies like UNICEF, which I mentioned, to provide some transit. They have set up transit centers to help children and other adults who have returned from other places to find their destroyed homes. So the government is offering support, and they are also planning to evacuate people to other parts that are safer, the surrounding areas, and some will also be taken to Rwanda. They have already identified 12 areas where they are going to, take some of these people and keep them there until they find out that this area is really out of danger, because like you mentioned earlier, there have been some tremors in the area, and some experts are saying that they're fearing that there could be another eruption, so they're still closely monitoring the situation. The Congo Volcano Observatory has also urged some people to keep away from a certain area in Goma where they said they noticed some poisonous gas there. And so the officials are working very closely with the local people, giving them information so that they can save more lives.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Chris Ocamringa, my colleague up there in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the latest update on Mount Nyiragongo. It's said to be one of the most active in the world, and as he reports, the tremors said to be sighted there, and government officials and experts going to find out the latest on that and the dangers that can result from that.